You wake up in the middle of the night, again. It wasn't a strange dream, nor a noise outside, it was your bladder calling. You walk to the bathroom, but the flow is weak, uneven, and you already know that when you get back to bed, sleep will be hard to find. Yet, in recent months, there's been something more. Your erection is no longer the same. Less firmness, less duration, less confidence. Many men treat these as separate issues. On one side, the trouble urinating. On the other, the sexual performance that seems to fade with time. But what if these two problems are actually pieces of the same puzzle? A single silent cause that starts in the prostate and spreads to everything related to your performance. When the prostate begins to swell, it's not just the stream that loses strength. Blood circulation in the pelvic area changes, nerves get confused signals, and the blood, which is the fuel for an erection, no longer arrives with the same pressure. It's like trying to inflate a balloon with a crimped hose. No matter how much you try, the pressure just isn't there. This video is about understanding that connection and, more importantly, how to take action to regain what you've lost, naturally, intelligently, and with scientific backing. If you've started noticing these signs, don't treat them as inevitable. There are ways to reverse them. Before we go on, check if you're already subscribed to the channel, because we're in this journey together. And tell me in the comments, type sleep, if your biggest frustration is waking up multiple times at night, or power, if what bothers you most is losing erection firmness. Picture your body as a map, and there, right in the center of the pelvic region, is a strategic point the size of a walnut, capable of influencing not only your comfort when urinating, but also the strength of your erections. That point is the prostate. It sits just below the bladder, wrapping around the urethra like a ring. It's through this very channel that both urine and semen pass. Any change to this ring alters the flow, squeezes the passageways, and disrupts the pressure. But the story doesn't end there. Surrounding this structure is a network of blood vessels and delicate nerves as thin as copper wires, responsible for triggering and sustaining erections. When the prostate begins to swell, it's not like a door suddenly slamming shut. It's more like a highway where traffic slows down more and more. First, it disrupts urination. Then it affects circulation, and suddenly the blood meant to fill the penile erectile tissue arrives late or loses force along the way. The surprising thing is that many people think the problem is purely mechanical, but in reality, prostate inflammation also releases substances that affect blood vessel relaxation, making it even harder for the body to achieve a firm erection. In other words, it's a small point on the map, but one with an impact that echoes across the entire region. If you want more men to understand this vital connection and learn how to act before things get worse, go ahead and give this video a like. It helps this content reach those who need it and strengthens our community. Blood is the most valuable currency when it comes to erections. Without it, there's no firmness, no staying power, no complete pleasure. Now imagine this currency traveling through a network of roads across the pelvic region, delivering fuel directly to its destination. The problem is, when the prostate swells, it acts like an unexpected roadblock in the middle of the way, a silent traffic jam that steals pressure and delays delivery. The mechanism is simple to grasp. For an erection to happen, your body needs to relax the arteries carrying blood to the penis, letting it flow in quickly and in large volume. But an enlarged prostate doesn't just affect the urethra. It changes vascular dynamics, creates small resistances, and even interferes with the release of nitric oxide, the chemical green light telling the vessels to open. The result is a domino effect. Less blood flow means less filling of the erectile tissue. Less filling means partial rigidity. Partial rigidity means losing confidence at the moment you need it most. And this doesn't happen overnight. It's a gradual, almost invisible change. until you realize that what once was natural now requires effort and worry. And here's what many ignore. It's not just erections that suffer. Impaired circulation also affects sensitivity and even recovery time between encounters. It's as if the whole system is always a step behind, trying to make up for a flaw that shouldn't be there. He was 64, but had the vitality of someone who still felt young inside. The problem was, his body no longer kept up with that energy. When he walked into the office, he spoke softly, as if confessing a secret. "Doctor, I can't leave the house without first mapping every bathroom along the way." It was like that for everything. Going to the store, visiting friends, even a simple walk in the park. The sensation of a full bladder came quickly. The stream was weak, and worse, it never felt like it emptied completely. At night, he'd get up 3-4 times to use the bathroom. The broken sleep left him exhausted the next day. But the detail he took longest to mention was the one that weighed the most. His erections were no longer as strong, and when they came, they didn't last like before. He described it as if something was stealing the pressure halfway there, and in a way, that's exactly what was happening. The enlarged prostate pressed on the urethra, created resistance to urine flow, and at the same time disrupted the circulation that fuels erections. It wasn't just a physical discomfort, it was a silent blow to his confidence, intimacy, and even self-esteem. Hearing his story, it was clear he wasn't alone. Many men spend years in this routine, adapting to the limitations as if they were just a natural part of aging. The problem is, the longer you wait, the harder it becomes to reverse the damage to circulation and sexual function. In his case, relief began when he realized there was a way to reduce prostate inflammation and restore blood flow, a path that didn't rely on daily medication, but on smart, sustainable adjustments. So far, we've talked about symptoms, causes, and the silent impact that an enlarged prostate and impaired circulation have on male performance. But here's an interesting twist. The solution doesn't always come from a pill bottle or a doctor's prescription. Sometimes it's right there, at the market stall, overlooked because no one suspects what it can really do. Watermelon, for many people, is just a summer refreshment, a chilled slice to quench thirst and sweeten the day. But inside, it holds a set of compounds that work like true engineers of your intimate health. And here's the most fascinating part. It works behind the scenes, quietly targeting exactly the points that make the difference for those struggling with erectile dysfunction and prostate problems. Think of your circulation as a system of delicate pipes that need to be clean and free for optimal pressure. Watermelon starts by helping reduce inflammation, easing the swelling that squeezes the urethra and hinders urine flow. At the same time, its nutrients work to dilate blood vessels, making it easier for blood to reach the penis when you need it at full capacity. And that's not all. It also delivers antioxidants that act as guardians, protecting prostate cells from silent damage that, over time, could turn into serious problems. It's as if this fruit were at once the plumber, the electrician, and the security guard of your pelvis, adjusting, energizing, and defending the system. If your goal is to keep your prostate deflated and your erections firm for much longer, simply drinking the juice now and then won't be enough. You need to create the right environment for all the fruit's benefits to multiply. That starts with staying consistently hydrated, which keeps the urinary system clean and helps prevent the buildup of toxins. It includes daily movement, which doesn't have to be a marathon. A simple 20-minute walk already improves circulation and reduces pelvic pressure. Restorative sleep is another key factor. While you sleep, your body regulates hormones and repairs tissues, including those that support sexual performance. And you can't overlook the impact of a balanced diet. Each meal rich in vegetables, lean proteins, and healthy fats is like giving your body an upgrade in its ability to respond to stimulation. By combining watermelon with these pillars, you stop relying on lucky breaks and start building a solid foundation for a longer, more vigorous, and more confident life. And the best part is, these changes don't require perfection, they require consistency. If you want to keep getting tips that combine science, practicality, and real results to take care of your prostate and your performance, subscribe to the channel now. That way, you won't miss any content that could transform your intimate life. Also, like this video so that this message reaches more men who need it. And when you're done here, click to watch the other videos on the channel. There's plenty of content to deepen this topic and open your eyes to simple, effective solutions. I'm Elena Ricci, and it's been a pleasure sharing this with you. See you in the next video. What's most interesting is that even with all its effectiveness, watermelon doesn't promise instant miracles. It works steadily, adding up small victories day after day, until suddenly you realize those nighttime trips to the bathroom have decreased. The strength of your urine stream has improved, and the rigidity during intimacy is back to what it used to be. All of this from one simple change in your daily diet. When you look at a glass of watermelon juice, you might just see a red, refreshing drink. But for your body, it's a biochemical cocktail designed by nature to tackle two problems that often go hand in hand: difficulty maintaining firm erections and the discomfort caused by an enlarged prostate. The secret ingredient behind this magic starts with citrulline, an amino acid found mainly in the white part of the fruit, the part most people throw away without a second thought. Inside the body, citrulline turns into arginine, which in turn triggers the production of nitric oxide, a gas that works like a gate opener for your arteries. Imagine your blood vessels as narrow, congested streets. Nitric oxide is the traffic engineer that widens the lanes and clears the way so blood can reach its destination with full force. But watermelon doesn't stop there. Lycopene, the pigment that gives the fruit's flesh its vibrant color, is a powerful antioxidant with two discrete missions: to reduce internal inflammation and to protect prostate cells from long-term damage. It's as if lycopene were an invisible shield, keeping the gland safe from small assaults that, over the years, could turn into serious problems. And there's more. This citrulline and lycopene combo doesn't work alone. It communicates with your cardiovascular system, improves arterial elasticity, and optimizes blood pressure, crucial factors for both sexual and urinary health. It's as if each sip of the juice were lubricating gears, cleaning pipelines, and strengthening the walls that keep the whole system running. At its core, the science inside a glass of watermelon juice shows that this isn't just about quenching thirst. It's a quiet, ongoing, multifunctional process that starts with a sweet taste and ends with better performance, comfort, and confidence. Watermelon can be the spark, but it's not the engine that will keep your body performing at its best. Think of it as the first flame that starts a campfire. Without wood, the flame dies quickly, and in the case of your intimate health, the wood is the set of habits you repeat every day or fail to repeat.